Welcome to my channel Coin TOS HD. Today, we're exploring the fascinating 1980D Washington quarter dollar, a coin that millions of people have handled, but very few have carefully examined. Did you know that some 1980D quarter dollars with rare mint errors or outstanding mint state grades can be worth far more than their face value? In this video, you'll discover the complete history of the 1980D quarter, its design, Denver Mint mark, mintage, current market value, rare error coins, hidden treasures, collector tips, investment potential, and real auction highlights. If you collect US coins, search coin rolls, or simply want to know whether the quarter in your pocket could be valuable, this is a video you won't want to miss. So stay with me until the end, because your next 1980D Washington quarter could be worth much more than you ever imagined. Let's get started. Top 3 first up. The 1980D Washington quarter is one of the most recognized United States coins, but it is also a coin that many people overlook in their everyday change. While millions were produced at the Denver Mint, collectors continue searching for high-grade examples, beautiful original coins, and rare mint errors that can make certain pieces worth much more than their face value. Although most 1980D quarters are common, a small number with exceptional preservation or unusual minting mistakes have sold for impressive prices. That is why this coin remains popular with both new collectors and experienced numismatists. If you have an old coin jar, a family collection, or rolls of quarters stored away, the 1980D Washington quarter is definitely a coin worth checking carefully. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, the first President of the United States. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became one of America's most familiar circulating coins. The original design proved so popular that it remained in use for decades. The 1980D quarter was struck during a period when the United States economy was experiencing high inflation, rising interest rates, and increasing precious metal prices. Because silver had become too expensive, the U.S. Mint had already switched to a copper-nickel clad composition beginning in 1965. By 1980, these clad quarters were used daily in commerce across the country. Although the 1980D quarter is not considered a rare date, it represents an important era of American coinage before the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999. Today, collectors often build complete Washington quarter sets, making every date and mint mark, including the 1980D, an important part of a collection. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Around the portrait are the words Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the left, the date 1980 at the bottom, and the D Mint mark to the right of the date. Washington's portrait has become one of the most recognizable images in American coin history. The reverse also features John Flanagan's classic design of a majestic bald eagle with its wings spread while perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing military strength. Olive branches beneath the arrows represent peace. Around the design appear the inscriptions United States of America, EPLUBUSUNUM, and the denomination quarter dollar. The coin is made from a copper core covered by outer layers of copper and nickel. It weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter, has a reeded edge, and is not made of silver. While its composition is common, collectors value coins with sharp strikes, original mint luster, and minimal contact marks. The D Mint mark indicates that this quarter was produced at the Denver Mint in Colorado. During 1980, the Denver Mint manufactured hundreds of millions of quarters for circulation throughout the United States. Coins without a mint mark from 1980 were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The San Francisco Mint did not produce regular circulation quarters that year, but did strike proof coins for collectors. The mint mark itself does not automatically make a coin valuable. Instead, collectors focus on the coin's condition, strike quality, and whether it has any unusual mint errors. Exceptional Denver Mint examples in superb mint state grades are much harder to find than ordinary circulated coins. The Denver Mint produced approximately 518,832,000 Washington quarters, dated 1980D. This enormous production means the coin is generally considered common and is not a key date issue. Despite the high mintage, truly flawless examples are surprisingly scarce. Most coins entered circulation immediately and collected scratches, wear, and bag marks over many years. High-end mint state coins certified by professional grading services remain desirable because few survive in nearly perfect condition. A heavily worn 1980D Washington quarter is generally worth its face value of 25 cents. Most circulated examples trade for 25 cents to about $1, depending on their condition. Fine condition coins usually sell for approximately $1 to $3. Extremely fine examples often bring $3 to $6 because they still retain much of their original detail. Typical uncirculated coins usually sell for around $5 to $15, especially if they still have bright original mint luster. High-grade mint state examples certified as MS65 or MS66 commonly sell for $20 to over $75, while superb MS67 pieces can reach several $100s. The finest certified examples have sold for more than $1,000 at major coin auctions, although those prices are reserved for exceptionally rare top population coins with outstanding quality. As always, values depend heavily on grade, eye appeal, certification, and current market demand. Before selling a 1980D quarter, examine it carefully under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for unusual doubling, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other mint errors. Never clean the coin, even if it appears dirty, because cleaning can permanently damage the surface and greatly reduce its collector value. If you believe your coin is in exceptional condition or has a significant mint error, consider having it professionally graded by a respected grading company. Store valuable coins in non-PVC holders, protective capsules, or archival quality flips to preserve their original surfaces. Many people do not realize that the Washington quarter was originally intended as a one-year commemorative coin in 1932, but its popularity led to the design becoming permanent. Another interesting fact is that the eagle reverse found on the 1980D quarter was replaced in 1999 by the State Quarters program, making the classic eagle design a nostalgic favorite among collectors. Even though hundreds of millions of 1980D quarters were produced, finding one with nearly perfect surfaces and strong original mint luster is much harder than most people expect. Next up, the 1987 Washington quarter dollar is one of the most recognizable coins in American pocket change, but it has become much more interesting to collectors over the years. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 25-cent coin, yet many people search through rolls of quarters hoping to find one in exceptional condition or with a valuable mint error. While most 1987 quarters are worth only their face value in circulated condition, high-grade examples and rare error coins can sell for surprisingly strong prices. Because millions of Americans use these coins every day, finding one in outstanding condition has become more difficult with time. Today, the 1987 Washington quarter is an important part of every modern U.S. coin collection, and understanding its history, rarity, and value can help collectors identify coins that deserve much closer attention. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design became so popular that it replaced the standing Liberty quarter as the permanent quarter dollar design. By 1987, the United States was experiencing economic growth during the Reagan administration, and the quarter remained one of the busiest coins in everyday commerce. Billions of quarters were needed each year for vending machines, parking meters, public transportation, and daily shopping. The 1987 quarter continued the long-running Washington design that had become a symbol of American history. Although collectors often focus on older silver quarters made before 1965, modern clad quarters like the 1987 issue have gained increasing attention because high-grade survivors are harder to find than many people expect. Most examples entered circulation immediately, receiving heavy wear over decades. Today, collectors appreciate the 1987 quarter as an important piece of the classic Washington Quarter series that ended in 1998 before the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999. 3. The obverse of the 1987 Washington Quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Above Washington appears the word Liberty, while the national motto "In God We Trust" is placed to the left of the portrait. The year, 1987, is located below the bust, and the mint mark appears to the right of the date on coins struck at Philadelphia or Denver. The reverse, also designed by John Flanagan, displays a majestic American eagle standing proudly with its wings spread. The eagle rests on a bundle of arrows symbolizing military strength, while olive branches underneath represent peace. Around the edge are the inscriptions United States of America, EPLUBUSUNUM, and the denomination quarter dollar. The coin is made from a copper-nickel clad composition consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to pure copper core. It weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, a thickness of approximately 1.75 millimeters, and features a reeded edge with 119 reeds. Unlike quarters produced before 1965, the 1987 quarter contains no silver. The 1987 Washington Quarter was produced at 3 United States mint facilities. Philadelphia struck coins with no mint mark. Denver produced coins with the D mint mark. San Francisco struck only proof coins carrying the S mint mark for collectors. A Philadelphia coin without a mint mark is completely normal and should not be confused with a missing mint mark error. Denver quarters can be identified by the small d beside the date. San Francisco proof quarters were specially made using polished dies and carefully prepared planchets, giving them sharp details and mirror-like surfaces. While mint marks alone do not automatically make a coin valuable, collectors often seek examples from every mint, especially high-grade pieces and proof issues. Philadelphia produced approximately 582.5 million quarters in 1987, making it one of the year's largest coin issues. Denver struck approximately 655.6 million quarters, while the San Francisco Mint produced around 4.2 million proof quarters. These enormous production numbers mean that ordinary circulated examples remain common today. However, truly flawless mint state coins with outstanding eye appeal become much scarcer in the highest certified grades. Therefore, although the date itself is not considered a key date, premium quality examples can command impressive prices in today's collector market. Most heavily worn 1987 quarters in poor condition remain worth their face value of 25 cents. Typical circulated examples generally sell for about 25 cents to $1, depending on their appearance and collector demand. Fine condition coins usually bring between $1 and $3, while extremely fine examples often sell for around $2 to $5. Attractive about uncirculated pieces may reach approximately $5 to $10. Uncirculated examples with strong luster generally trade between $8 and $30. Certified mint state coins graded MS65 commonly sell for around $20 to $60, depending on the mint and eye appeal. Superb gem examples graded MS67 or higher can sell for several $100s, while exceptionally rare top population coins certified MS68 have realized prices exceeding $1,000 at major auctions. Proof quarters from San Francisco are generally worth around $5 to $20 in original government packaging, with deep cameo examples bringing higher prices. Actual market values depend heavily on grade, certification, eye appeal, and whether the coin has any significant mint errors. 7. Although the standard 1987 quarter is common, collectors actively search for valuable mint errors. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet is not properly aligned during striking, creating dramatic missing designs that can sell for substantial premiums depending on the percentage off-center. Double die varieties showing noticeable doubling in lettering or numbers are collected whenever verified. Broad strikes occur when the retaining collar fails, allowing the coin to spread wider than normal without its reeded edge. Clipped planchets, created when a blank is improperly cut from the metal strip, remain popular with error collectors. Die cracks appear as raised lines across the coin and can range from minor to dramatic. Rotated die errors occur when the reverse design is not properly aligned with the obverse. Wrong planchet errors, where a quarter is struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, are among the rarest and most valuable modern mint mistakes. Every suspected error should be authenticated by a reputable grading service before assigning significant value. Before selling any 1987 quarter, carefully inspect the coin under good lighting. Look for sharp details, original mint luster, unusual strike characteristics, and possible mint errors. Never clean the coin, even if it appears dirty, because cleaning almost always lowers collector value. If you believe you have a high-grade or unusual error coin, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional service, such as PCGS or NGC. Store valuable coins in acid-free holders, protective capsules, or archival quality flips to prevent scratches, fingerprints, and environmental damage. Many people spend 1987 quarters every day without realizing they are part of the original Washington quarter design that remained unchanged for more than 6 decades before the state quarters program began in 1999. Although these coins contain no silver, they are among the last years of the classic Washington reverse featuring the heraldic eagle. Because billions entered circulation, collectors enjoy searching through pocket change to find unusually well-preserved examples. A single grading point at the highest mint state levels can mean the difference between a coin worth only a few dollars and one worth hundreds, or even over $1,000. Next up, the 1965 Washington quarter is one of the most important coins in modern American history. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary quarter with the word Liberty on the front, but it represents one of the biggest changes ever made to United States coinage. Collectors search for this coin because it was the first regular Washington quarter struck without silver after the U.S. Mint changed the metal composition due to a nationwide silver shortage. While most 1965 quarters are common, certain high-grade examples and rare error coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Because millions of Americans saved older silver quarters, the 1965 issue became a historic turning point that every coin collector should understand. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. For more than 30 years, these quarters were struck from 90% silver. By the early 1960s, however, the price of silver increased dramatically, and people started removing silver coins from circulation because the metal inside them was becoming more valuable than their face value. Coin shortages spread across the United States, and Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965. This law removed silver from the dime and quarter and reduced the silver content of the half dollar. As a result, the 1965 Washington quarter became the first circulating quarter made with a copper core covered by layers of copper nickel. To discourage collectors from saving new coins, the U.S. Mint also removed mint marks from all coins dated 1965 through 1967. The 1965 quarter therefore marks the beginning of the modern clad coin era and remains one of the most historically significant quarters ever produced. The front of the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, while the date, 1965, is shown below. The motto, "In God We Trust," is displayed to the left of Washington's portrait. The reverse features a powerful American bald eagle with wings spread, standing proudly on a bundle of arrows that symbolize military strength. 2 olive branches below the arrows represent peace. Across the top appears United States of America, with EPLUBUSUNUM above the eagle and quarter dollar along the bottom. The coin is made from a copper core bonded between outer layers of copper nickel. It weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge with 119 reeds. Although it contains no silver, its historical importance makes it one of the most recognized modern U.S. quarters. One of the most interesting facts about the 1965 quarter is that it has no mint mark. This was intentional. From 1965 through 1967, the U.S. Mint removed mint marks from circulating coins to reduce collector demand and encourage coins to remain in circulation. These quarters were produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, but neither facility placed its identifying letter on the coin. Therefore, a missing mint mark on a genuine 1965 quarter is completely normal and does not make the coin rare. Collectors should be cautious of anyone claiming that a missing mint mark alone makes a 1965 quarter valuable. The 1965 Washington quarter had an enormous production of approximately 1.82 billion coins. This makes it one of the highest mintage quarters ever produced in the United States. Because so many were struck, worn examples remain very common today. However, finding sharply struck coins with brilliant original surfaces and very high mint state grades is much more difficult. Certified examples in top condition are scarce because most entered heavy circulation shortly after they were made. The value of a 1965 Washington quarter depends almost entirely on its condition and whether it has any rare mint errors. A heavily worn coin in poor condition is generally worth about 25 cents, which is its face value. Average circulated examples usually sell for between 25 cents and $1. Fine condition pieces often bring around $1 to $3, while extremely fine coins may sell for about $3 to $8. Attractive uncirculated coins typically range from $10 to $40. Certified mint state examples graded MS66 or MS67 can sell for several $100s, and exceptional MS67 plus coins have sold at major auctions for several $1,000s. Rare error coins with dramatic mint mistakes may also command very strong prices depending on the type and quality of the error. Coin values change over time based on collector demand, grading, eye appeal, and market conditions. Although ordinary 1965 quarters are common, collectors eagerly search for important mint errors. Off-center strikes are popular because part of the design is missing while the date remains visible. Broad strikes, where the coin is struck without the retaining collar, create larger than normal coins and are highly collectible. Clipped planchets, caused when a blank is cut incorrectly from the metal strip, can add significant value. Die cracks appear as raised lines caused by damaged dies and are collected by specialists. Rotated die errors occur when the front and back designs are not properly aligned. Double strikes happen when a coin is struck more than once, producing overlapping designs. Wrong planchet errors, where a quarter is struck on a blank intended for another denomination, are among the rarest and most valuable. Genuine examples, authenticated by professional grading companies, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The 1965 Washington quarter is still occasionally found in circulation because billions were produced. Searching bank rolls, old piggy banks, inherited collections, estate sales, antique shops, and forgotten coin jars can still uncover attractive examples. While most are worth only face value, collectors have discovered high-grade coins and valuable error varieties in unexpected places. Careful examination with good lighting and magnification may reveal details that others have overlooked. Thank you for watching this complete guide to the 1965 Washington quarter.